Welcome to Cavan TV's News and Views, Ireland's first live Web TV current affairs programme with over 1.8 million viewers in 214 countries, and we are on a TV website near you. Good evening, my name is Anya Duffy and we bring the programme to you weekly on Fridays 7 to 8 Greenwich Mean Time. Each week we take a look at what is going on in the county and invite guests to chat live in the studio. If you have an event you want us to know about or an issue you'd like discussed, please email us at drumlinmedia@gmail.com. So, anything interesting going on, please do let us know. Well, last Friday, if you remember, was National Culture Night, and County Cavan had a fantastic evening of events. And it's just a pity that everything was on at the same time, and we do hope that you got to an event in a venue near you. Well, did you get to see RTE1 last weekend on Friday evening's Late Late Show? The best-selling writer Michael Harding was on, and Michael enthralled the nation with his wit and his stories. And last evening he launched his latest novel, Hanging with the Elephant, in Johnston Central Library. We recorded the launch and interviewed some of the people who attended the event, and we spoke to Michael afterwards. We have that, and when it's edited we will put up on a special edition on our web, so do tune in and watch that. Also in RTE1, on the Imelda May show, the Stripes performed, and what a great lineup of guests Imelda May has every Sunday night. Well worth watching, and I must say she had a quite little chat with Imelda, with the boys afterwards. Now in Cavan Town last Saturday, the Peddlers, aka known as the Postmen and the Postwomen, cycled from Cavan to Virginia and back, and they were raising funds for CAPS, and that's Cavan Autism Parents Support Group, and also for the Annaley House Respite House. The Peddlers had great fun on the day, and here they are just before they set off. Have a look at this.
Kieran, that's a great start. Great crowd have turned out. Okay, are you on your marks, ready, set, go?
We're ready to go now.
Anything you'd like to say before you go?
We're just well, as ready as we can be. That's all. We can't do any more training, and we're hoping it'll go.
I'm telling you, you look well in the unpussed out lycra. Yeah, I'm telling you. Special edition. Special edition, is it?
We do our best.
Okay, so the weather's going to be great. You're going to have a good day, yeah?
It's a great day.
What is your ETA, your estimated time of arrival back here this evening?
In or around 6 o'clock, hopefully. There's
Great.
2 mini stops on the way, one in Lavey and one in Virginia, and then back.
Okay, so big celebrations at 6 o'clock maybe?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay,
hopefully.
Well done.
So thanks
best
very
of
much.
Luck. Okay,
yeah,
best of luck.
very
So
much.
with me now I've got Tara and Kim, that's right?
That's correct,
And you're parents of children in CAPS, and you're so delighted that Post is doing this for you today, isn't that right?
It's a great fundraiser altogether. It's wonderful. CAPS is a great organisation. It's run by the parents. We get no funding at all through the government or the HSE, so all our fundraising goes towards helping the kids in camps and activities and different things that they enjoy doing.
And Tara, on Post, they went to CAPS and they said, we want to do something for you.
They came to CAPS on the Respite House in Catale and asked us could they hold a fundraiser for us today, so naturally we were absolutely delighted. All our fundraisers so greatly appreciated from the parents.
Okay, so you're going to shake the buckets in Cavan and you're going to shake the buckets in Virginia as well, isn't that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so folks out there, if you see the ladies with their buckets, please put lots of money in the buckets, isn't that right?
That's great. Thanks very much.
Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Come over here to the camera. He's shy. He's shy.
I'm shy.
Okay, Paul, so you know that you only got a new bike this week and you might not be used to it yet.
Yes, I know.
So you have to go very careful and all that kind of stuff.
I will take my time riding on you. You watch. I'll take it nice and easy.
Okay, it's going to be a brilliant day, Paul. The weather's
Looking
good.
forward to it.
Everything's going away. There's a great crowd behind you.
Yes, we're really looking forward to it now.
That's
Should
good.
be good crack.
Lots of money in the town.
Yes, and anybody that's out there that's watching us, if you feel you want to donate, please contact us through Facebook or any of the other mediums, or contact us through Anya or Anya's show.
And it's going to be a good party here this evening at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely, tonight at 6 o'clock we'll be back here.
Have you got a band playing?
I'll be back at 3 o'clock.
Oh, Paul will be back at 3 o'clock. He does it twice as fast.
Yeah, I'm walking back in from Poles.
Maybe we shouldn't put this out on the air.
That's it. Oh, yeah, you
Seriously,
can.
is there anybody playing here this evening?
Hopefully, there should be a few surprises here this evening. So
A few surprises this evening, folk, at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Anya.
On your bike.
Right, we'll be right now.
Well, that was our local post people, men and women cycling for caps and Annalea House Respite. Okay, what else happened during the week? Heather Humphreys was in town and she officially opened the Memorial Garden at Post 15, and that's in Asheville House, Swellen, Cavan. And the IUNVA, and I'll let you know what that is the Irish United Nations Veterans Association. They completely refurbished a derelict house and they put a garden into a memorial garden where people can go and rest and sit quietly and remember all those who fought in the wars. And that's in St Patrick's Terrace, Swellen, Cavan. And do go along and see that. What's on in Cavan this week? Well, the big American circus is in Belturbet this weekend. There are 3 shows a day and it will be there until next weekend. And the Hacklers group have a reading of Abigail's Party, that's directed by Damien O'Brien, and that's in the Abbey Bar tonight at 8:30. In the Town Hall on the 27th, that's tomorrow, the show Superstars of the Universe and Frozen is on tomorrow, and that's a children's show. They have 2 shows on tomorrow at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m, so don't miss that. We'll go to some local town news, and in Drumgoon there is a fun walk and a duathlon tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You register at 1:30 and the start time is 2 o'clock. And what's a duathlon? That's where you run, cycle, run. And a little secret, I'm going there tomorrow myself. Woohoo! I will show you the medal next week. Okay, in Bono, what's going on now? Their Play School are raising funds and they're having a fashion show on October the 11th. There's a host of local models and local musicians, and all funds are for the development of the Play School. In Coothill, the Blood Donor Clinic Service has congratulated Malachy Lennon, and Malachy recently donated his 100th. He recently made his 100th donation. Well done there to Malachy. I think he was awarded with a gold drop pin. That's what they get. Now, anybody who has anything that is fitting for the making of a community garden, yes, if you have something out there that'll be handy in a community garden, please donate. You ring Marion down there in Killishandra on 049 433 4990. And in Balanya, the women's group are having their monthly meeting next Monday. New members are welcome, and that's at 8 o'clock in the community centre. And a huge fundraiser in Herrigal House Hotel next Thursday night. There will be a host of Irish country stars, and that starts at 8:30. Tickets are €15, and please support because that's for a good cause. It's all for St Christopher's Hospice. And aqua aerobics are going again on Monday nights in Cavan Swimming Pool. They are on from 8 to 9, and remember, to do aqua aerobics you do not have to be able to swim, and it's a great class for everybody, for all generations, and for all fitness levels. And last week was Suicide Awareness and Prevention Week, and in the studio we had Dr. Pryor to talk about it and on that subject. And in Bridge Street they have an aware group, and they have a meeting every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. For further information there, ring 086 162 9949, and we're also going to throw out some numbers there. And you've got So Sad, they have a 24-hour emergency number, and the local one there is 042 966 8992. The New Samaritans low-cost number all night, a 24-hour as well, number is 116 123, and the WER support line is 1890 303 202. Well, as you were aware last weekend, anybody that has anything got to do with Positive Age will know that they had an absolute fantastic trip to, my goodness, I can't remember how many countries they went to. I know they did it over 4 or 5 days. And I have got one Active Age person in the studio with me this evening, and that's Anne O'Donoghue.
Hello,
Anne,
Anya.
you're very welcome to the studio. Anne, you are still on the buzz. I met you last night at the launch in the library of Michael Harding's book.
Right.
Great evening, wasn't it?
Brilliant evening. I could listen to him all night. He's
Wasn't it
so
fantastic?
honest of a man.
Brilliant storyteller, and
Yes.
everybody was just eating every word out of
Yes.
his mouth. But you're on a high, because last week you were just after coming back from, where were you?
The Positive Age group went to Budapest. Then we stayed in Budapest for 3 nights, and then we went to Slovakia for 4 nights, and then we spent about 2 days in Vienna. And the reason why I went with Positive Age, last October I decided I'd go with them. They went to Romania last year in October, because I always travel on my own, and it gets a bit lonely. You get fed up talking to yourself, nobody answers you. So I decided last year I'd go with them to Romania, and I had great crack. The bunch of people are mighty crack. The dance, they do different sing songs and they do different acts and you get to know people.
Okay,
And I decided I'd come again.
Was in your group this
I
time?
think there's about
How many?
54.
Really?
Yeah, 54.
And was the trip all organised by a group and you just, all you had to do was put your
That's
name
what I
down
was-
and go?
That's just what I was going to come to next, Anya. All you had to do is pay your money and go have your passport. That's the most important thing, have the passport in order. And after the breakfast, the bus is waiting outside. You get on the bus and sit back and dream or drink or smoke or do what you want. And
Don't tell us the whole lot now, Anne, for God's sake.
the whole trip's organised. You have no worries. Just bring a few pounds with you. Everything's included. We had lunch We had lunch in a hotel every day, and everything was paid for. And then you had evening dinner when you come back after your travel. You had evening dinner and then we had dancing and singing by Desi Ronan. He worked very hard. He's great to get the crowd going. And you don't have to be a positive age member. Anyone can go, from teenager up to any age can go. That's what I like about it.
fantastic, Anne. So that's great. And was it a reasonable priced trip itself as well?
Yes, I think it was reasonable because I travelled there for the last 10 years on my own. I went all over Europe, North Africa, and I end up paying like maybe 2,000 euro. No, just for the one country, because when you're booking all your trips and your food and a bit of spending money, it does add up. And actually, it wasn't bad at all. It was only 900. I think it was 980 euro, for two people sharing, and an extra. I think it was 220 euro for if you wanted your own room.
Okay.
So it was very reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, so that was everything you say. Everything was included except your pocket money. That sounds like a fantastic trip. And we must remember, folks, that Positive Age is all done by people voluntary.
Yes.
So the people who organised this would have made all this arrangements, did all the booking, and sort of Googled it and researched it all out and made it the best possible value possible. Isn't that right, Anne?
And we stayed in two beautiful hotels. The first 3 days in Budapest, we stayed in Victoria Hotel. And it's right on the road. I mean, it's right among everything. So you're just there among it. You just feel like one of the Budapest people. And it's a fantastic city. Oh my God, there's big wide streets. It's so cosmopolitan.
And is it people friendly, visitor friendly?
Yes, they are. There's loads of different nationalities. We didn't meet anyone from Ireland. We met an Englishman, and he heard us speaking, and he came over to me and he says, "Oh, you're not from Budapest." He said, "I recognise that accent." And I said, "Where are you from?" And he says, "I'm English." So we told him we're from Ireland, and he was great for me. It was great to meet different people. Yeah.
So the buses were all organised and everything. Yeah. So what you went sightseeing? What all kinds of things did you do?
Oh, we went to Hero Square in Budapest. It's a massive big square, and we had a guide the whole time. Every day we had a guide, and actually the guide was from Poland, so we had one guide from Poland the first few days, and we had another guide from Vienna the second few days.
Oh, great. So you're dying to show some of your pictures, isn't that right?
Well,
loads of lovely pictures. Come on, let's tell us what's going to come up. Let's talk about what comes up on the screen. Now give us, where's this now?
Yeah, that's Hero Square in Budapest there. I just put that on just to show you the how wide it is and
how clean
the vast. Oh, that's another thing, spotless clean. You wouldn't see any dirt at all
really
or paper.
Clean looking.
Spotless. And loads of different little groups there.
A nice safe place to be as well.
Yeah,
these
no
countries,
problem whatsoever. No problem
Okay.
whatsoever. Yeah, we're lovely.
Oh, look at
There's
this
another
now.
view of it. Yeah, the
Is
Hero.
that Brian with the camera there in the background? Probably is.
Yeah, it is, probably is. Yeah, the Hero Square. It's one of the famous places to visit. And then
what's the story of Hero Square? Just briefly. Anna.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, the guide was showing us, telling us the whole story of the different kings and what they did and everything.
It's the square, the heroes of Hungary.
Yes.
Okay.
What they
Moving
achieved.
on there. Good. Next picture. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I just took photographs of different buildings.
Very good.
The buildings were magnificent now, and every one building was as tall as the next. Just different things.
Were you on a boat or where were you in this?
No. That was standing along the little park.
Okay.
There's loads of little parks to walk and to visit and sit down. Loads of parks.
And as you say, it's a very safe country to be.
Very
as well.
safe
Okay.
country.
Moving on
very
there
safe.
now. Oh, look at this.
Just to show you the gardens. Look at the flowers there, magnificent. You'd never think. You think these places are like poor, but they're not. Like I was naive until I seen it. And look at the churches.
At the buildings,
magnificent. Just magnificent now.
Yeah, I must say, Anne, you take a very good picture with the digital camera, obviously. Very
Yeah,
good
digital
picture. Because
camera,
you are a
yeah.
photographer anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I joined the photography club,
Club.
so
Did you camera club? did
yeah,
you?
I'm in there
Oh,
about a
good.
year now. So I
Oh,
won a
good.
few things, but you know, you're so excited taking.
Oh,
different
that's a nice picture
Yeah,
there. Who's
well-
that? I know that lady.
Yeah. No, don't.
That's
I didn't
yourself. Who
realise
took
that
the
was
picture?
the reason why I put that on. Desi Ronan.
Desi took that picture.
Yeah, the
okay.
reason why that's on is because of the artist behind, you know, the cathedral there,
Yeah.
the door. Look at the different, how long it took that, the design, the graphic design, historian, magnificent.
Fascinating architecture.
Yeah.
Architecture.
Yeah, that was one of the parliaments. You know, look at the length of the building. Everything is just massive, big. You know, tall or long. You know, you never
I love the
see-
way you don't have people. Oh, here we have some people. You don't have
Yeah,
people.
no,
in
that's
it.
the photograph of the bus. I just said I put that up. That's our bus. Lovely
Okay.
bus and very comfortable. And that's some of the people coming off. We're hungry at that stage.
Is that a
was lunch
Wharton's
hour.
bus? No. Is that a Wharton's
Yeah,
bus?
it was Wharton. Of course,
Oh,
you're very
very
quick, aren't you?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Look at the view
Recognising.
there. Look
Oh,
at that view. Isn't that gorgeous?
Fantastic.
Slovakia. Look at the view.
You have
and
a
the
good
bridge.
eye. You have a
Yeah.
great eye for taking photos.
Someone else said the same. That was changing of the guards.
Mm.
And you know, the guards were so young. I couldn't give how young they are. You know, and they change every hour. See, I thought they stood there for 8 hours, but every hour. And that was just the changing of the guards. And
Did you go up and try and tickle his nose and see did he move?
oh no, I didn't. It was okay. Just let me take a photograph. Look at the one, the cathedral there
Yeah.
now. Look at the design and the graphic design and
Mm.
you know everything. Look at the sky, blue sky.
Yeah. Well, we have
We
that.
can't
in,
lie.
We have that in Ireland at the moment.
So I
we
heard
can't
when we're
complain,
off.
yeah.
That's inside one of the biggest cathedrals now in Slovakia. Look, you know the painting we just took
Is that
from
a
the
window?
wall.
No.
No, that was one of the paintings inside.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Just look at the
Vivid colours.
the colours. And that was back in the 17th century they did
Yeah.
those.
It's
So
wonder you're allowed to take photos in
yeah,
there.
he told us we could. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
We asked that. We
More
wouldn't just-
scenery.
Yeah, more scenery. Look at the Parliament there, the white building behind is the Parliament. Oh,
Oh yes, you're about to jump off. You do
Yeah.
Batman off the wall.
well,
there,
I won't
Superwoman.
I? And then someone said, no, we do love you, so
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, that's one of the Parliament buildings as well, and we were told, like, it's about a mile long.
Yeah.
Yeah, a mile
A
long
mile
in
long.
length. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, or whether you did it, you intentionally did it. There's very little people in it, or did you do that intentionally?
No, that was
when you were
early in
taking-
the morning. That was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So that's
okay.
probably why.
Oh,
now,
look.
yes, this is Percy French Bridge in Slovakia. That's Percy French there in Ballyton stuff.
Really?
Yes, couldn't get over.
He's a long time there, so.
Yeah, so I put one by himself, but a few of us up and took photographs standing beside him. I couldn't believe that. You know, I never thought they
Oh,
heard
what's the
of it.
significance of Percy French
I
in the
don't
middle
know.
of Budapest? There's a
Don't
paddy everywhere, really, isn't
Yeah,
there? Yeah.
there was no guide to tell us there, but we all ran up and took photographs of him anyway.
They just told you that, maybe. They said he was Percy French. Go
That's
on.
another cathedral there, a massive
Yeah.
cathedral. Look at the colours,
It's
you know.
really that colour, yeah?
Yeah, that's the proper colour, yeah, the colours of it.
Fantastic.
You wouldn't get that nowadays. And look
Yeah.
at the gold. Yeah, that was on a height. And look at the gold on top of that church. That's pure gold.
Mm.
There's something like 14 stone of gold on top of that. And I couldn't get over it. It was just
Okay.
magnificent colours. Now, the
None of
Irish
you got
men were
married
like,
on the trip? No, of course
No.
not.
oh yeah. But in Budapest and these countries and Slovakia, what they do is the day before the wedding they have a full rehearsal. And we spotted them, so we ran down and we asked the bride and groom, would it be okay if we take a photograph? And she said, no problem. And they told us they weren't married, that there was a full rehearsal with the bridesmaid and everything, the dress up,
Fascinating.
makeup and everything. And so they do that the day before.
Is there
So-
a reason for Is there a reason for that, Anne?
I think, yeah, because
How-
I think it gives a chance for the groom to see what the bride has looked like in her dress, and if he doesn't like it, he'll
Go.
go. He can fly off the next day, not turn up for the wedding.
wondered-
So that could land, that could turn in here. That people,
Yeah, that'd be bad luck if you saw the dress here.
yeah,
wouldn't it?
that's what I was trying to figure out.
Gee, what would he do if he didn't like the dress?
That's we're all just saying that would he
okay.
turn up the next day? That's or the bride turn up either. But it was great to know these things. Yeah, and that's in the massive big square now. I think in Vienna. In one of the
I
big,
love Vienna.
Yes,
Yeah.
the little arches, and they were telling us the whole story of the arches and everything. I mean, they told us so much. It's very hard to remember everything. You remember everything when you see them photographs,
Back in the
and
photographs,
you think
especially-
about.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about this guy. I think I saw
Well,
him too in Vienna.
Wait till I tell you about this one now.
Oh, I heard
This
about
boy
this guy.
here, I tell you, he didn't bring too much luck to me now. But this boy here, he's in a hole in the ground. You know
Yeah,
what do
I
you call
saw
it?
him, yeah.
Council hole. that-
manhole.
You know, manhole that the
Yeah.
council locked down, and they seem to lock down, just dig it up and next them and then fill it up and keep doing that. But anyway, the guy told us that this manhole, this
Man.
this bronze guy here, when the mini skirts came out first, they built this bronze sky, and the whole idea was the counts of men at the time were looking up the girls' skirts, mini skirts.
Okay,
So
this is what they told you. Okay.
Yeah. So they said anyway. The guide said to us, if we rub his head or hat, we'll have good luck. But if you rub his nose, you get pregnant.
I say it's well rubbed as well.
I was shouting there for someone to rub the nose, but there was nobody.
Do
Everybody
you know where
ran.
he is now, Anne? He's with the Irish Water Company in Farnham.
Very good.
He was
Anya.
there last week.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we
Yeah.
here?
Well, just on the whole way now to Vienna, there was all the wind.
Are you on the train or something there?
No, we're on the bus. This
On
was
the
taken
bus,
from the
okay.
bus. But the whole land is covered in the wind. What do you call them?
Windmills.
Windmills.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole land was covered in the windmills, and we
Yeah.
couldn't get over it.
Yeah. So
Massive.
that's where they get their wind, their energy from.
Yeah.
Wind.
The
That's
wind.
interesting.
Yeah, and there's one after another, and nobody seemed to bat an eyelid. The other way here, there was
Yeah.
fierce trouble if anyone.
Oh, blotting the
Yeah.
landscape.
So I
and
just
the
took the
noise
photograph
and the
because I
blocking out
thought I couldn't get how big they were.
Okay.
I know that's in Vienna, one of the main tourist streets in Vienna, and it was just brilliant feeling to be in there, and the sun was beam, and I just took up the whole street, one of the streets we went to visit. I just thought it was nice.
Just tell me like what the prices are like if you dawdle into
Yeah.
a shop there to buy a
Yes.
bar or a mineral
Yeah.
or something. What's the price?
Now
like?
a bit expensive,
Is it?
not too bad.
We'll
no.
keep moving.
No,
yeah,
no,
bit.
not too bad.
Oh, look at this.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about this now. In Vienna that day there was a march on, a Christian march. They've one once a year, and they had groups from all over the city marching, and they had a band playing, and that band was playing in the centre of Vienna. It was they had a Christian that was a Christian band singing "I Love God" and all about God
Oh, yeah.
and dancing. So there was hundreds and hundreds. We joined in. There was actually a group from Ireland with their flag up. They all had the flags up while they were
Christians?
marching. Yeah, Christians. Yeah, and they all had their flags up. So we noticed an Irish flag up with a group, and I
did you
just thought
investigate? Did you go over and have a chat with them?
no, because it was you couldn't get moving in. There was hundreds
okay.
upon hundreds. The police were there trying to give everybody out. It was too dangerous. And I just took that's in Vienna as well. And the two horses, they were standing there to bring people on a tour of the city if you
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
And the horse was saying, "Have you got
It
my
looks like
good
a
side
I
now?"
must say you're teasing me with that city. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks so clean and so cultural,
Yes.
and so the buildings are amazing.
The
Look at
horse was
that.
saying, "Have you got my
Yeah.
good side?"
Yeah.
I think my good side.
Yeah.
Mind me nose here. Well, I'm proud of my nose.
Don't
That's
rub his
another
nose.
photograph. Yes, this is a beautiful. We went to the. This is a lovely scenery where we went to the palace. Now we got an option to go into the palace. There's about 20 rooms, but I stayed outside because I want to take photographs of the garden. And I walked up. It's about a mile up to that old ruins, and I just thought it was lovely, and with the lake around
So you
it.
got the
and I walked
reflection
up.
on the water.
Yes,
That's gorgeous,
yeah. I'm hoping to win a
Prize with
photography
that.
competition with that. Yeah, for the landscape. But I thought that was lovely. It was absolutely gorgeous.
And so
day.
that's an old room by Budapest style.
Yeah, no, that's in Vienna. No, see, that blue ruins at the very top. That last photograph is at the top of that, up here, up this end.
Yeah.
No, that's the palace. They were most of the group went in the palace to look at all the rooms. But I wanted to walk up the whole garden.
When you say palace, they don't have royalty in Budapest. Sure they don't.
No,
But that's now owned by the people
that's
of
right.
the state.
That's right.
Okay.
And why all our group wanted to see the bedrooms and the different art pictures. But I've seen all that kind of before, the way.
Yeah.
But it was such a nice day and up in the garden. Look at the gardens there.
So they keep it restored and
Yeah.
they use it as a tourist
yeah,
attraction.
and
now.
that's
It's
how
not
they
an
pay
actual
for it.
monarchy
That's
at
how
all.
they pay for it.
What's
now
this?
this is a famous. This is the ceiling, and this is the ceiling where in the monks' monastery. And actually, look at the ceiling. I was asking the guide,
Is it
how
like
did they get the
3D or
colours?
something like that,
Yeah, how did they get the colours? Yes, how did they get the colours? That was the 17th century. The beautiful colours and design, and they designed it in a way that when you stand at the back of the room, it's at a slant. The ceiling's at a slant. And imagine in 1700s they could
How
do
they
that.
could do that.
That's what I was
Absolute genius.
amazed. I was amazed. And actually there's over 900 students there at that monastery, and they pay €90 a month. People
To
from
upkeep this.
no,
No,
the
to-
students come, for their education. They still come from all over the world to that monastery. So they do.
Okay.
And this is another photograph of a church. Look at the design. Look at it. It's beautiful.
I must say the colours, the colours,
That's
the
what,
colours.
that's what I thought as well. Oh, the colours were lovely. No, lovely.
Okay, here's dinner time.
Yes, when there's food time, nobody wants to turn around for the photography. But I got a few
You must have
people.
had great fun in the evenings when you all sat together after the days
Yeah.
touring around and sat together with the food and everything, and a couple of glasses of wine maybe in the
That's, I
chat.
was just going to say to you, every meal we went to, see, always provided, and every hotel we went to, they had bottles of wine, red and white provided for us at lunchtime and at evening time.
Oh.
So a lot of them, the group of them, no, they're
Now we see
they're
some
to
people we
buy.
recognise there now.
Desi
There's
and
himself, Brian
Desi,
Daly,
yeah.
and he's after finishing a bowl of something there.
Yeah,
See
soup. Yeah, Francis and Josephine. Josephine landed over on the Thursday because it was Francis' birthday and the surprise there. Josephine landed over in Ireland.
Seems like you had mighty fun there
We
all
did,
together.
yeah. Oh, the last day we're coming up towards the airport, we went to visit another massive cathedral, biggest cathedral in Budapest, and there was a piper playing pipes, and played three at a time. You had one here and one here, and could play three at a time. And he spent the whole day just standing there doing that. People just
Yeah.
throw coins to him.
Alright.
But it's so nice, he smiled at everybody.
Yeah, I like the outfit.
Yeah. There's the three pipes. That's why I showed it. Do you remember? Three.
Of course,
And
Desi
Desi
Rowan was getting a few tips from
Yeah.
him. Next thing, if we see Desi with three pipes hanging
Yeah.
out, and we know exactly
Yeah,
what's going
Desi
on.
said
Next
take-
time we see him,
Desi
three
said,
pipes.
Yeah. Take one with me with the three pipes.
Next time I see Desi, I'll say, "Well, Desi, how are the pipes situation?"
Yeah. You don't.
Last photo
yeah.
coming up. Oh, look at that! That bridge. That's the bridge. How do you go on? Tell me what that is.
Oh,
I want
that's
to go
one of
there
the
now.
massive big bridges in Budapest. I mean, we're standing open high. We walked up steps and we took photographs all around. But each photograph was as good as the next. It was just beautiful. Yeah, the buildings you wouldn't. Oh my God, you think Dublin's great, but it's only Matchbox compared to anything over there.
We
the height.
do have a small. We do have a small.
We
country.
do, yeah, we do.
Okay, we're back to Anne. Maybe now we'll talk to you for another bit, Anne, but maybe we'll be able to put up the interview we had of Michael Harding last night,
Oh, okay.
and we'll see how that is. But just you can tell me when that's going to come up. Anne, you're quite a talented lady. I got speaking to you briefly last night. I know you do a little bit of writing, and you've done a bit of acting in your time, and of course you're a running fanatic, and also you're great at the poetry. And now the photography, Jan. What sort of
I
talent?
wasn't
You're
expecting to
amazing.
come up with this at all. No, I love trying out different things.
Yeah, of course,
and
but you do it well as well.
I have a great interest in life, and you only have one life, so it's very important to try
so that's
something
your
else.
philosophy, Anne. Go
Yeah.
on, tell me all about it. And I know you're a single lady, but you still manage, like myself, but you still manage to have great fun and enjoy everything. And you walk into everything and you can take part straight away. Isn't that true?
I'm so used to being on my own now that I don't think about being single. I enjoy everything I do. I love meeting new people. I love trying out things and just seeing how it works out. And if it doesn't work out, you can always try another club. But I must say now, I enjoy the writing, the writing and the poetry and the camera club and the art. Oh, painting, art. I love art. I've won a few prizes in art in the Virginia show and the Arva show. So it's a great achievement.
Now, when you hear people, sometimes you hear people, you know, I had a very inspiring lady last week as well. She spoke about donor organ donation and the story, Margaret Hopkins, and the story of her husband and the organ donations and everything. And she was very inspirational in that she said that when people say, oh, you know, it's lonely, I'm on my own and everything, she more or less said, that's your own fault. Get out there and do it for yourself. What's stopping you from having a tea morning in your own house or a tea afternoon or whatever? Get out there and do it for yourself. Don't wait for them to come knocking on your door. Get out, do it
I was
yourself.
just going to say, nobody's going to come knocking on your door. It's totally up to you to make the most of your life. So even if you had a friend to go with, now I have no problem going in on my own anyway and joining things. So I'll just sit down and I listen. And you know straight away if you like it
look
or
at you
not.
know the Christmas morning swims. I don't have a friend to go with the Christmas morning swims.
remember
Every Christmas morning we meet each other down there at the Christmas swim.
You give me potchine one year, me driving home.
That wasn't potching, that was
Wasn't coffee anyway.
allegedly. It wasn't potching. Never mind what it was. They were great fun.
We did, yeah.
Do it for yourself. So out there, folks, Anne's another advocator of this. If you find life is slipping away and you find, oh, you're on your own, I can't do this, I can't do that, get out there and do it for yourself. Isn't that right?
Well, I don't want to live with any regrets. I don't want to wake up and discover I'm 75 or 70 and have regrets. Now's the time to do it when you have good health and you have your voice and once you have two legs, you can go where you want and do what you want. And once you have good health, that's the most important thing. Everybody should enjoy life to the full. Honestly, it's crazy to be sitting in the house every night. And also reading. Go to the library and read. If I have nothing on in the evening, I could read a book. I read a book nearly every night in an hour. Do you know, while I'm waiting, while I have nothing on, because it's brilliant. You don't find the time gone by. I'd never be lonely. Never.
But now there's a side to that as well. Do you not find sometimes, like when, going out to a play, you want to go to a play or going out to dinner or there's parties, Christmas dues, things like that, you find, and you come home, you're going like, oh, there you go again. Oh, it's on my own, I have to come in and close the door, I'm on my own again. Do you not feel that sometimes?
Not really.
You must admit that.
But sometimes, because I make a wee list of what I'm going to do every day, and I plan my week or my day.
You're very positive altogether.
Yeah, I plan my day.
I can't get you to admit anything.
No, I
You're
honestly
great.
don't.
Good.
It's not that I honestly don't feel like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you feel like that, just have the old bottle of brandy in the house. So.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That would, now, can you
so
imagine?
you can fall backwards.
You won't remember being lonely the night
No,
before.
don't be remember being
So that's
lonely.
it, folks. If you're lonely, just get out there, join a club, be whatever
Yeah.
it is. And as you say, if you don't like that one, go to another one.
There's so many things on. There's different things on every night of the week. You have loads of choices. Do you know, it's up to you to make the best of things. That's all I can say. Don't even rely on, because the way your friends might be interested in the same things as you, and then you're stuck. But my friends they have a big TV, big screen, 52-inch, and spend their time watching that and watching them old soaps. But I prefer to be in the soap. Do you know?
Listen, we have been in a few things together. You were in the play in Father Young's play, Father Patsy's play.
Sharon's Grave.
Sharon's Grave.
Yeah,
And we been at a few auditions.
Yes. Oh my God.
Remember doing Volkswagen
Oh
Joe?
my God.
I think they cut your bit out.
They did, because it lashed
Zed
rain.
it out.
Yeah. Didn't do me hair any justice.
They had to cut it out.
Yeah. And it done very well, because someone said to me, was I in it? They couldn't see me because my name was up on the end. You know the end when it comes up.
Anybody that's in a film, like if you're the gaffer, you get your name up on it. Like if you fix the lights, you get your name up.
I explained the situation that while I was pushing
I ended up on the editor's floor.
That the rain pelted down. I wasn't meant to be. I wasn't meant to be.
Did you see the film, Annie? Seriously,
I seen it. I seen a good bit of it. Yeah.
It was very intense. Well, it was really just between Stuart.
Yeah.
What's his name? Stuart. Whatever his name was.
Oh, I forget. I know it happens in the.
He was a very moody, broody kind of an actor.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like comedies. I like to be in comedy, and I like sketches. And stuff
Anything
like
coming up? Any more auditions coming up? Are you in an agency now for anything? Is your name are you called regularly?
No, I'm with Movie Extra in Dublin. Yeah, get called
castings. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be called to castings for that. Yeah, it's just a bit of crack, bit of fun. It's just something to break, just something different. Do you know what I mean? From the day-to-day stuff. Do you know, from the shopping and the cooking and the cleaning.
Okay, so your next project, I know what your next project is. You are doing your own memoirs, isn't that right?
Well, that was supposed to be a secret. Well,
it's not a secret anymore now.
Yeah.
Come on, tell me about that.
Well, I was hoping, there'll be another programme maybe with that, but it's at the moment, it's nearly finished now, so it should be out in the next month or two. At the moment, it's my memoirs, all about my running.
Tell me now from the beginning to the end.
No, well,
how long did it take you? How did you decide you?
No, I have a editor. And my editor is putting in the stuff. I supply the stuff, and he tells me what's should be in and what isn't. And then we have a graphic designer, and it's done in chapters, like the chapter why I started running, and all about the running career, which is about 33 years. The running career, the charity end of it, and then different chapters. My hobby, one chapter for my hobbies, one chapter for my family. It goes on like that. That's the way it's going to be.
And does that make, the idea of writing a book, right, it blows your mind, because how do you begin? How do you do the middle? How do you do the end? Does that way of doing it that way make it an easier task?
Definitely does. Definitely does. Definitely does. Because you have to start a middle and an end. And my editor told me how to, what to do. So he did an awful lot of work, and the graphic designer. We thought we'd have it done by now, but he said there were so many photographs. It takes 4 minutes to do each photograph. That's taken longer. But he said it's better to wait and have it done properly and 100%, 100% and 20, than rush it.
Are you backing this yourself, Anne? Funding it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I know something I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do something like this, and I'm delighted. Now my son said, "Oh my God, Ma'am, what are you going to do in that for? Who's in it? Am I in it?"
Fear
so
factor.
They're calmed down now. They've settled into it. They realise now.
Well, I definitely tell you, Anne, when you do that and you have your book out, you'll come in and you'll talk about it.
I will indeed.
Because there's lots of people out there with nice stories, and you're the second person I met last night who's doing a project out of a book of their memoirs as well. I won't say his name because he said he's only keeping it low, like
Low,
you. He wants to keep it low profile. He said he's got on page 80 and he hasn't got to meet the wife yet in the story. So that'll be interesting as well. So anybody out there get an editor? How did you get an editor? How did you get somebody interested to do it? Just knew somebody?
Knew somebody, yeah. Someone I could trust.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Very important, someone you can trust.
So anybody out there is thinking of doing it and they know somebody who's into that kind of thing. And maybe if they meet you in the street and they can say, look, it gives a clue.
I would indeed, yeah, give them advice, certainly. Yeah.
Now, Gavin, to get back to your running career, you said you spent 33 years running, isn't that right?
Yes.
And I know you have an injury now, and that's curtailed your running because, what was it again? You've got
I've heel sport, but I can still run on it, no problem, but there's
You're
no
not going
point.
to do long distance.
No, there's no point in running and causing more damage. I was very lucky, I never had an injury, and it's not really an injury as such, but I don't want to be in pain or anything, so I prefer just to run in the grass, keep fit now and go. I've taken up cycling, so I prefer the cycling and the walking.
That's non-weight bearing. That's an excellent way to swimming and cycling are non-weight bearing. So
yes,
you'll be good.
that's right. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah, it's just a change. I mean, I have all the medals, from all the clubs, Danley Club and Timothy Elliott Club.
You were actually running long before running was fashionable at all. It's kind of like fashionable now.
That's right.
But you were running when nobody else was saying, that one's out running on the road again.
Yeah, because I remember going for a hearing test or something. No, I had a sore ear and I was sent to get an ear test, and the consultant said, he says, you're the girl I used to see running years ago, and when there's nobody else running, so I can go nowhere. It's a bit embarrassed. You didn't think anyone would remember.
Was this in Cavan or in Dublin?
No, it was in Monaghan.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well spotted.
Yeah. Yeah, I never recognised him, and he looked young enough, so he said, you're the first person to run.
And of course you made use of your running as well, and you just didn't get out and run for the glory of it. You must have raised thousands over the years.
Yeah, I've raised about 30,000 or more for the Third World and for charities. That's why
have you pictures of all of that taken, and you can kind of chronicleize
yeah, that's all
that
going to be in the memoir book. Yeah.
Brilliant, good
the
stuff.
chapters, yeah.
Okay.
I always see, if I hadn't kept scrapbooks all my life from the start of running, I wouldn't be able to do
Did you
this
keep all
memoir.
your pictures when you were in the Anglo-Celt?
Yeah. Fair play to Johnny O'Hanlon. Yes, he done a great job. If I hadn't had the scrapbooks over the years, I would never been able to do the memoir book because you wouldn't remember.
I think you can go into the archives in the Anglo-Celt.
Yes,
and
you can.
And any picture that's ever been published in the Celt, you can actually go and get a copy of that.
Oh, you can, but I have everything.
You've got them anyway.
In my bag at home, and that's how it happened. I had all these memoirs, and when I was doing art, we were doing some. I was looking for something particular to do this art picture up in Enniskillen, and somebody said to me, "Why don't you do a book with all those?" And that's how the idea came. So this is how the idea came. You never know what's going to happen, what's going to come out of something simple.
And if that wasn't, and as if you weren't busy enough, you actually went back to college in the middle of in the middle of all of this as well.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with your memory.
God help. Yeah, you went back to college in the middle of all
I
of
did,
that.
yeah. I went to college. I did 3 years social studies and went at loan. Yes, I did, yeah. I really enjoyed it now and done so many subjects, and I was the oldest in the class, as usual.
But that wouldn't have
No.
phased you at all. You would have been an inspiration
19-year-olds.
to them, actually, I would safely say, yeah.
Yeah, I was delighted. I loved it now. I loved another achievement. I mean, life's out there to be achieved. And you make
Now,
use of.
what do your boys think of you? They can't keep up with you, I'd say.
My boys are very reserved and shy.
Yeah, how come a vivacious mother always has got a quiet
I don't know.
son?
They would not go on the stage for love of money now. They
I
would
have
not.
a guy that's the same, and if you mention television or singing or anything like that, he runs because he he knows I'll be there somehow or other.
I would live on the stage. I'd spend the whole day on the stage. I just love being on the stage.
Yeah. You're either a front person or a behind person, isn't it really?
To say, oh, ma'am, I'm not even going to walk. I'm not even going to say your name. I'm not going to say you're my mother, even.
Of course, they don't mean that.
But
really,
no, I think they are.
Yeah.
They're proud of me. They are, but they're very reserved. Yeah, the days for me to be going red and getting embarrassed are gone. I was like that years ago. But I'm telling you, I learned to talk up and do things for myself. Because again, especially when you're on your own, nobody's going to come knocking on your door, like you said, on you.
Do you think, Anne, now that you hear people saying, I don't know, many times a day I hear it on the radio, you hear it from all angles of society. You're invisible when you're a certain age, or you're invisible when you're 30 or when you're 40, you're invisible when you're a single person. You hear all this moans and groans. Do you find ageism? Do you find that young people just dismiss older people, or do you find old people kind of like taught at young people? Do you find, like left out of things?
Not really, Anya. No, I think if you have a good personality and you say hello to everybody, you'll always get someone to talk to you back. I mean, as I said,
Yeah, but that's you having to make the effort.
Oh,
Like,
well,
you know what I mean? I know you make the effort and you make
Yeah,
people and you will get them to do it, but if you didn't do it, and if you didn't do it, you do find that you will be ignored or that you are invisible if you don't make the effort.
yeah, but you have to just say hello anyway. Say hello to people around you, and if they don't say hello back, like, so what about it? You know, someone else will say hello to you or chat to you. You know, and try and go for someone your own age and just say, like. If just say, well, what are you? Why are you here? And what?
Okay, and listen, we're going to get to the nitty gritty now in the middle of all of this.
What are you going to say, Anya?
Now we're going to get to the nitty gritty of this now. Dating, right? We know that it's, and we know it, and we're saying it now. It's very hard to meet somebody nowadays. Doesn't matter whether you're young or old. It's because people are not going out. They're not going out in hundreds anymore, and it's very hard to meet somebody now. If you wanted to meet somebody, what would you do?
Do Navina. No, I love.
You didn't believe.
No, I love dancing, right? So
Okay.
I love dancing. I go to some social dancing. I go to Kilmore maybe on Saturday. I go to some social dancing down to Monaghan, and you get danced.
Do you know what,
night.
Anne? I'm trying to bog you down with ask you a question that you can't answer, and I'm absolutely failing here. See if you have a bad leg and you can't dance. Okay, then. Would you go on the internet or something?
No.
Would you do blind dates? Would you do speed dating?
I did speed dating in Dublin.
Would your
yes.
friend try to set you up with somebody?
Yeah, one of my friends did, but I'm a terror. I'm fussy.
Yeah, you were
fussy.
very. You had to have nice teeth or
Well,
nice
something
nose or
you have to be
something.
attracted in some way, whether it's the smile or the eyes, some little thing that you're attracted to. Otherwise, you're not going to.
It's funny, I walk down the street looking for that and I never see anything.
Well, it's when you're not looking, you'll find it.
All right, stop looking on it. Okay, so seriously, for people out there, you know, get out and about, do your thing, and go dancing.
Yeah, and also you could have some of my friends have met their partner just by having dinner in the house and even inviting a few friends, especially single friends, to the house, and that's how they met.
Yeah.
Not to dance.
When's your next dinner party? Will you bring me along? I'll bring donuts.
I'm a vegetarian, so you have to bring your own meat.
Because there's a few lonely people here in Cavan TV, so I hear them moaning and groaning. So
We'll have to organise that coming
we'll
up
bring
now soon.
Tina along as well.
We'll have to organise that now, an evening dinner in the summer.
That's a great idea. I was thinking
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago, and I asked Margaret last week. You know, like Christmas is coming up, and everybody's got doodah families and everything like that. And sometimes people who are on their own go, "Oh yeah, here it goes again." Like I thought, oh, it'd be great if you could get a group of people and go and rent a house, a cottage in Connemara or somewhere, and go off for the weekend and forget all the old festival home, go walking and just do a bit of cooking and have a bit of music at night time or something.
And have all single people. Yeah, and have all single people, both men and women.
Yeah.
No, and that way,
you know, like no couples, and not no couples, but
No.
just people who want to get away.
yes, yeah, people who want to meet somebody, even as a companion.
Okay,
you
so
know.
folks, you can ring 087 318 4114 if you want to go on your own. Bring yourself and your sleeping bag at Christmas. We'll book a
We'll let you
cottage over in
know.
Achill Island. I will provide the music. Bring your own wine, your own stuff, and we'll do
the matchmaking ourselves.
we do
in
the
the sense that
matchmaking.
you know how someone's getting along if they're chatting all the time to the person. You know what I mean. You know straight away. You know, like on the trip, I met this.
The Farnham on Wednesday night at the Irish Music used to be a great place for that.
It used to be. Past tense.
No, it's not.
No, I don't know what all the young people, all the singles are.
Okay, so now the positive age trip, you know, there'll be a lot of single people on that too. Did anybody ever strike anybody interesting on that, or anybody ever get into any romantic tips going on there now? I know you can't tell, but in general, sort of
Yes,
thing.
there's a few men now from Meath and single men, and they danced us and they were great crack, and we danced the whole night long and done our party pieces.
But it's
the
all
guide,
about simple companionship and friends and fun and chat and talking and stuff. It's all about that. You
exactly,
won't feel alone.
Anya, exactly. Some of the men were never married. Another man, 2 men, the wives died suddenly when they're young enough. But these men go out dancing 3 or 4 nights a week, and they're lovely people. We had a great time. We never left the floor every single night at 3 o'clock in the morning. And
You
done
wouldn't
party
want a man,
pieces.
a sweaty man after that.
No.
So listen, Desi Ronan, I know Desi's great. He goes to the nursing homes and he just sets up his keyboards there, his accordion, takes it out.
And not a
and
word
he
of
plays.
them, yes.
Isn't he great?
Yeah.
He's always there, and he never, he just does it.
A great worker.
On the trips as well.
A great worker.
He brings his own keyboards.
He brings his home gear with him. As soon as the meal is over, he's setting up and he's playing, and once one person is on the floor, they all join, and he play on the whole night. He wouldn't even stop. He's just brilliant, and he's great with the people who are in wheelchairs. You know, some people have problems with legs. There's nothing wrong with them physically. It's just they can't walk too far, and he's wheeling them there, and he's laughing and joking, and he loves the crack.
That's absolutely fantastic,
Yeah.
and that would be the core idea of Positive Age.
Yeah.
Let's go back and we'll talk about Positive Age, and you're not really in Positive Age. You
No.
joined them because they were an organised group and they had this fantastic trip going off. But you would see and you would have heard about
Yeah.
the good work that Positive Age does too.
Yes.
And that would be Desi and his volunteer
Yeah,
mates,
Brian,
and Brian and Francis
yeah.
and Josephine,
Yeah.
and they go out.
And
Give
Seamus.
voluntary of their own, and Seamus Quinn
Yeah.
as well, voluntary of their own time. They research, they do it, put it all together,
Yeah.
make sure everybody's on the trip,
Yeah.
everybody's included on the trip, everybody's looked after. It's fantastic
Yeah.
work in the name of Positive Age, isn't it, Anne?
Exactly. I must say they're brilliant for anyone alone, anyone genuinely alone. Now there's two men who's never on before, and they're young enough men, and they said if they had known about them trips years ago, they would have come to every trip, and they're going to come from now on. That's the way everyone feels. Like I said, never mind all the lovely tour and how friendly everyone is, and you see so many countries. It's the crack you have on the bus and the crack you have at night time, and you get to taste different food. We went to a Hungarian night and a gypsy night, and just we had a different night out every night, as well as Desi. We got a night off, and we had
Okay,
great
so
crack.
anybody out there who's actually thinking of a trip and they're thinking, will I, won't I? Now, if you listen to Anne and see the pictures, just join up, pay your money on the time, bring the number and go and do the book.
That's
trip.
right.
Isn't that
I have
right,
about
Anne?
200 pictures. That's only a few of them. Every one is as
fantastic.
good as the next.
Okay, great stuff, Anne. Thanks for all of that and for talking about your trip and coming in. And it's wonderful. You're vivacious and full of energy and great. Just before we go, we're going to watch the interview that I did with Michael Harding in the Farnham Hotel last night. And I don't think the sound is good on this, but anyway, we'll have a look what Michael had to say. Stay with me.
All right.
And we'll have a look what Michael said in the Farnham last night after the launch of his book, Hanging with the Elephant. Were you surprised at all how many people were there tonight this evening?
I was humbled that all those people would come out, but I was uplifted because I feel I belong in Cavan, and the book is about my mother, and she was 90 years in Cavan. And when I looked around in the audience, I saw so many people that I knew, and that knew her, and it felt like a real family thing, so it was beautiful being there.
Especially the bit where you mentioned Carol. When I was young, I worked in a chemistry and I knew her Carol.
Yeah.
What was the number of it again?
It was VID, I don't remember the rest of it. Purple Escort, yeah.
Mark 2 or
Yeah.
Mark 1.
She was a great storyteller. She could be quite critical of people sometimes, and she could be severe when she'd be challenging maybe, bureaucracies or banks or things like that. But she was a wonderful storyteller, wonderful mother, and wonderful Cavan woman, as I say, she was born in Bridge Street, and I have relations in Cavan, Naomi O'Reilly and Jennifer and Mark and Carol and two more of them there that be, children of Emer. Dylan, who was my cousin, she passed away sadly this summer, and I have Rosemary Finlay, there's another Finlay, lives out near, they're all relations, and so I feel I belong in Cavan, and it was a lovely homecoming.
People were actually excited. They were dying to see this evening. You paid a lovely tribute to Dermot Healy. You did a moment of silence for him, a minute's silence for him. And that was really nice. But him and yourself, you both write of your time and your memories and of the people in your lives, don't you?
Yeah, Dermot was about, he was over 20 when I was a young teenager. He was 6 or 7 years older than me. But I mean, he's a remarkable writer, and he was a remarkable human being. And when we were young, we all admired him. And nobody achieved all those things in writing until Dermot did. So he was the first leader in Cavan, and it was very, very sad that he died so early, So we had a moment of remembering him, and I felt when we were remembering him, people in the audience were also remembering other people who are buried in Cullis or in Killigarry. Like, I always noticed there in the gravestone, the whole town was out to those graveyards. There's a huge community And the older you get, the more you recognise how much you belong in a community.
And as you mean, it's the sake of your time. The older they get, the more you know and realise that ultimately that's where you will belong.
That's where we'll all end up out there.
I was speaking to one of somebody, Maura McGuinness, earlier on. Maura was at the signing, and one thing she said she felt that you've actually come into your own in the last 2 years. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, I certainly have got much more fashionable or popular than I was.
Certainly have, yeah.
But I mean, I'm very proud of the book Priest, which I started out in '86. I think it was the first major kind of book about the collapse of Catholic clergy. And there's many plays that I did in the Abbey, like Unapook and Misogynist, and I'm very proud of them too. So, like, you come into fashion as a writer and you go out of fashion. And somebody once said that success is the postponement of failure. So, definitely these 2 books recently have just really done very well, and I'm delighted with it. I'm delighted,
Yeah, and people of Cavan are very happy for you as well. But it's great to see you out there. I mean, the Late Late Show last Saturday night, Monday morning, what's it, the John
Murray Show.
John Murray Show.
But
fantastic
I
stuff.
think,
You're enjoying it?
Like, I think too, when I was young, my books were dark. And I think that after I had a bout of depression and came out of it, I realised that it really is great therapy to laugh. No matter how bad you're feeling, if you can find humour in something, it can be great help. And so I've probably been writing with more a sense of comedy in the last 2 books than I ever wrote. And I think as I get older, I find life gets funnier and funnier.
Would it be a daft thing to say that your books are sort of run in tandem with your mood in life?
I think they do, yeah. I think that, when I was young, full of anxiety and full of worries about the troubles around the north and all the rest of it, I wrote about those stories. I've always wrote close to my own life. Like all my books or plays are about really things that happened to me. And at the moment, as I say, I kind of discovered after being depressed for a while that maybe the older you get, the more you should be laughing at the world, and not be worrying too much about anything.
Yeah. Well, you certainly made us laugh during the Late Late Show. You were a great buzz on the Late Late Show, and you made the audience laugh tonight. And another thing I'd like to say as well, Paul Dolan, do you know Paul? He said that when he said reading the book, Michael, fantastic writer, says, but when you were actually reading the story, he says he doesn't know if he can go back and read the book. He said when you're reading the book, reading it well, it comes to life on the, it comes to life more so when you're actually reading it.
Yeah, well, that's good.
You're a storyteller.
Yeah, I love storytelling, and I travel around the country. Then I do an evening with Michael Harding, Hanging with the Elephant, and I'll be on the road from February, March, and April of 2015.
Hopefully you're coming
and
to
I'll be in.
Cavan,
I'm in Virginia.
Rammer.
In the Rammer,
Great,
yeah.
great, good
I'm
stuff.
looking
You
forward
heard
to
it
that.
first here now on Cavan TV News.
And that's an evening of fun and storytelling, and I just have a bit of crack,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as you say, Michael, as we get older, we should laugh more, and you certainly made us laugh for your book, and it's got sad and happy in it, but it's absolutely brilliant. Everybody loves you, and everybody loves you, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you very much, Anya.
Thanks.
That was the lovely Michael Harding. He's absolutely gorgeous, isn't he, Michael? Isn't he?
He's
We
just
wish him the very best,
yes,
with
sure
his book,
do.
and he's great.
Gentleman.
It's great to have a Cavan writer like that, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I could be saying this this time next year about you. So. Well, that's it for this evening, Anne. You're great crack as usual. Thanks for coming into the studio, and keep up all the activities and everything that you're at. You're an inspiration, and you will come in with your little book, won't you?
I will, Anya. Thank you very much for inviting me.
No problem. That's it for this week. Well, it's Friday night. It's Happy Friday. And once again, that's the end of Cavan News and Views for this week, and I'll be back the same time next week. Please take care during the week and have a good weekend.